welcome to this midday market mood check with me, Nandita Khemka, and my colleague Yatin Mota. Well, markets are extremely volatile this Thursday, given the fact that it's a weekly expiry day, and we are just about hanging around that 18,550 mark. We have lots of positive news to digest in the form of macro data. GDP data, of course, came in above estimates for FY23. It's topped 7%, which was the estimate by the government, but it has come in at 7.2%. And for the quarter, surprisingly, it has come above that 6% mark vis-a-vis expectations of anywhere between 4.1 to 5.7%. So that was a big positive coming in. And globally as well, there's been a consensus when it comes to the debt ceiling deal in the House. So that's another bit of positive news to digest. But markets have run up a fair bit, and some bit of consolidation coming in, and of course, since it's the weekly expiry day, there's a lot of volatility on the street. Coming to the mid and small cap end of the market, extremely strong. Yesterday as well, the markets staged a recovery from days low, but the small cap index, ended high by about 1% or so, and even today, mid and small caps are extremely strong, and which is why the advance decline ratio is also favoring the advances. If you look at the sectoral movers, realty as a patch is doing well. Autos, of course, auto sales are trickling in. So in the green, you have IT, metals, all of them are in the green. Banks are a little iffy. They were in the red when I last checked, but right now I think it's extremely flat, but in the positive zone. If you talk about the Nifty gainers, Apollo Hospitals, that stock is up 4.5%. You have Divi's Lab, Bajaj Auto on the back of good numbers, sales figures. Moto is the other one that's doing well. But on the losing end, the Kotak Mahindra Bank and Airtel, which saw a sudden spurt on the back of some MSCI. Bit of buying due to MSCI changes, those two stocks have come under pressure today. Kotak Mahindra Bank was down somewhere around 4%. Airtel was also down somewhere around 3% or thereabouts. But Coal India, that stock is down nearly 5% as the OFS by the government to sell somewhere up to 3% stake has kicked off. So that stock was down 5% in today's session. Yatin, another data point that had come in was the India May manufacturing data. That's in fact at a 31-month high. So lots of good news to factor in when it comes to the macros. And of course, we have RBI's policy also next week. So important week coming up. But let's also talk about some of the movers and shakers in trade. You want to take us through some movers?
So, as you're mentioning, small cap index is up more than 1% right now, and the mid cap index nearly 0.4%, or rather 0.5% higher. Advance decline ratio almost reached to 1 right now because of the mid cap rally. Now, if you look at the Nifty 500 top gainers, EPL, that is one packaging company which is doing well, 14% up for that one. Sobha Developers on the back of good momentum, that stock is up 8%. Scient and RBL Bank are the other stocks which are doing well. In fact, RBL Bank, good open interest edition and good moves in the F&O segment. Obviously, Coal India, because of the OFS floor price at 225, that stock is down 5%. Suzlon, after the 14% move yesterday, that stock is down 4%. Kotak Bank, ABB are the other stocks which are top losers on the Nifty 500, as Nandita was mentioning. But if you look at Gujarat Gas, that stock is out 2.5% after they have announced a 5% gas price cut for industrial users in Gujarat. So after that price cut, that stock is facing some pressure. Sona Comstar, which is Sona BLW, that stock did really very well yesterday. There was a big deal. Post the deal, stock was down 5%, but that stock recovered 10% intraday. But today is witnessing some profit taking, 2.5% down for that one. And in general, the mid cap and the end of the market is quite strong. So broad gains for the broader markets.
Right, broad gains for the broader markets, but let's also talk about the auto sales figures. They've started trickling in. Bajaj Auto has done fairly well. Domestic sales have jumped 100%, but of course that's on a low base, on a YY basis. You have Maruti that just came out with its auto sales numbers up 10%, slightly above estimates. The stock was off days low. M&M has just come out as we speak. 61,400 units or thereabouts versus estimates of 66,000 units. So it's a tad below estimates. And aside of that, Escorts has also come out with the good numbers, 9% jump in total sales and domestic sales up in double digits as well. Aside of that, TCS also in focus, given the fact that Krithivasan has taken charge as the CEO from today, as Rajesh Gopinathan had quit. And there'll be no change in strategy per se, but there'll be higher focus on AI and that end of the business. So that's one stock. A lot of slabs from the mid cap space has, in fact, will acquire an additional 7.2% stake in cell and gene therapy company ImmunoAct. So that stock is in focus. MOIL is in focus as it has hiked, some grades of fine by somewhere around 10% or thereabouts. And South Indian Bank was another stock that was up somewhere around 6% as board has approved candidates for top position. So these are some of the other stocks that are doing well in today's session. So in the towards the end of the day, we will see how the expiry takes place, and whether or not we manage to end the day around that 18,600 mark or thereabouts. Because yesterday, looking at the GDP data, everybody had thought that a big rally may come by. That hasn't happened, but we'll have to see if there's some bit of activity in the large caps in the second half of the session. But I think with that we are done with this midday market mood check. But of course we'll be back at 3:30 p.m. to take you through the closing action. And you must tune in at that time, because we'll also be talking about specific stocks that will be on our list. Well, with that, it's a wrap on this midday market mood check. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay tuned to Money Control for all your other financial updates.